that is about power. And I had played by the rules up until that point. And I felt like, okay, now suddenly I've been violated and it has gone too far and I will no longer abide this.
Okay, this one's wild. Let's talk about the celebs who straight up vanished after spilling the tea on Hollywood's darkest secrets.
Because this industry is a monster.
What's really going on behind the scenes? And here's the kicker. Some of these stories will give you the chills. Are these disappearances just coincidences, or is Hollywood hiding something big? Grab your popcorn, we're diving deep into this one. Probably the most notorious celeb to be canceled by Hollywood is British comedian Ricky Gervais. His jokes may seem offensive, but it is laced with jaw-dropping truths that exposes the industry.
Was fired from the Oscars because of some offensive tweets. Hello. Lucky for me, the Hollywood foreign press can barely speak English. Talking of all you perverts, it was a big year. It was a big year for file movies. Surviving R. Kelly, Leaving Neverland, Two Popes. Shut up.
Now, Ricky was dropped from hosting the Golden Globe Awards after 2020, and from the look of things, he was dropped because, as always, he confronted celebs head-on and made sure to shatter their fragile egos.
You'll be pleased to know this is the last time I'm hosting these awards, so I don't care anymore. I'm joking. I never did. NBC clearly don't care either. Fifth time.
From Brendan Fraser all the way to Mel Gibson, and there are many. Why have these people become silent from Hollywood movies, and some even deleted after exposing Hollywood? You won't want to miss these details. Let's start with Brendan Fraser, whom a lot of you definitely remember from movies like The Mummy and George of the Jungle. But then he just suddenly dropped off the face of the planet. Now, Brendan faced countless challenges that threatened to end his career, but one of the most shocking was a very dark secret that Brendan kept hidden for a long time. And that was being indecently violated by none other than Philip Burke, the former president of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, the same guys that organized the Golden Globes. And here's the crazy part of this story. Brendan was at a hotel in Beverly Hills in 2003 when Burke touched him inappropriately with his left hand by grabbing him from behind. The touching wasn't a mistake because Burke continued rubbing his finger around Brendan's lower back.
It was causing me emotional distress. It was causing me personal distress.
If you're thinking what I'm thinking, then that simply looks like these industry high profiles were violating so many young talents with the promise of helping their careers grow. And wait till you hear what happens next with Brendan. While at the time Brendan told nobody what had happened, he admitted telling his wife only. But when he finally spoke out, it soon marked the beginning of the end of his career in Hollywood. In the end, Hollywood completely crushed him and broke him to pieces. I tell you what, you can't make this up, y'all. Brendan claimed at this point he had to walk away from Hollywood for good.
We can put actors on pedestals and then knock them off so quickly and so easily. It's almost like that's the game. So I just got rid of the pedestal. I just wanted to be myself.
It wasn't until 2022 that he finally made his triumphant return with the drama film The Whale, for which he won over 20 awards, including an Oscar. But get this. He was even nominated by his old enemy, the Golden Globes. Sadly for him, he still hasn't healed from the damage done by the person who had violated him all those many years ago. The same person who had very close ties to the Golden Globes.
I don't know if I could have, in good conscience, received an award from them under the circumstances that have less to do with me making a statement and more to do with remaining true to myself. It's my fight, no one else's.
But Brendan's not the only one who's been affected by Hollywood predators. There's Feldman, a child actor who started his career when he was just 3 years old.
You started acting very, very young, correct?
I did.
You were
3.
Wow.
Here's a refresher. Corey has appeared in several movies, including Lost Boys, The Goonies, and Stand By Me, among hundreds of others. According to him, he disappeared from Hollywood because of the revelations he had to share about his experiences in the industry. Y'all need to hear for yourselves. Hollyweird has been doing a lot of damages.
When I was abused,
yeah, when
14.
14.
14.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I was physically abused, I was mentally abused, a lot of abuse from my family growing up, but the sexual abuse abuse definitely started at the hands of the people that were working for me in Hollywood.
You freeze. You're in shock. I mean, children aren't supposed to handle that sort of stuff. I can tell you that the number one problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be.
Even worse, Corey claims he's been falsely accused of speaking lies and has received death threats from people who are not happy about how he is exposing the dark side of Hollywood. Although his career in Hollywood is over, today Corey has carved out a career in music and speaking against the evil that goes on in Hollywood. Now, the industry's attack goes on to affect women too. As a matter of fact, several women have come forward to expose what high-profile figures of Hollywood have done to them, and you can't help but get shivers all over your body. An example of a girl, now a young woman, whose life and career was destroyed by these people in the industry is Rose McGowan. Rose is well known for her roles in movies like Scream and TV series like Charmed, among others. Her career took a tragic turn after her encounter with Harvey Weinstein, the Hollywood movie mogul, and then head of Miramax at Sundance. You guys, this pig caused her so much damage that she can't even speak his name. In fact, that's exactly how she refers to him, as a pig and a monster. She knew he was just a few seats away while she was being screened for going all the way during her topless scene, and she felt totally embarrassed as she could feel Harvey watching her. Well, the morning after her screening, Rose says her then manager, Jill Messick, set up a business meeting for her and Harvey at the restaurant in his hotel. And in a turn of events, Harvey moved the meeting to his hotel suite. And I guess you can already imagine where this is going. Although the meeting went well, as she turned towards the door to leave, here comes Harvey grabbing her and pushing her into the jacuzzi room while quickly removing her clothes. Rose claims Harvey picks her up and places her on the edge of the jacuzzi. Then she adds he begins to perform on her. While Rose says she was traumatized by Harvey's animalistic behavior, Harvey says otherwise.
A nightmare, literally a nightmare. And you will never be the same. But it was consensual, right? I don't know about you, but when you've had consensual sex, you don't really fill up with tears afterwards.
But it didn't end there, as Rose claims Harvey sabotaged her career by calling every independent studio at the time to put a nice red line through her name.
While for the past 4 years really pushing against Hollywood and pushing at societal constructs and pushing back at the rules that we're all meant to follow.
But hold on, Rose isn't the only victim of Harvey Weinstein. Hollywood's movie mogul, there is also Ashley Judd. Sadly, Ashley says she was harassed by Harvey in the same way other women were either harassed or they had a business appointment. And that was why she had to quit her career with Hollywood, because even though they knew what was happening, nobody stood up to stop Harvey's bad behavior towards women in the industry. And just like so many others, he made sure to make Ashley disappear from the scene altogether.
My rebuffing illegal sexual harassment in a hotel room, that Harvey Weinstein lied about me and interfered with my economic opportunity and blocked me from being cast in Lord of the Rings.
Interestingly, everyone thinks all of Hollywood needs to go down because it has destroyed many lives, children and adults, while others think it's time everyone who's guilty gets arrested for all their crimes. But what do y'all think? Was it okay for these victims to be silenced or thrown out of the industry because they spoke out about the abuse and harm they suffered by the industry predators? Do y'all think the parents of these young kid actors and actresses are to blame for the abuse they had to suffer? Anyways, don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments section and watch this space for more juicy content and unraveling information about the secrets behind Hollywood.